$3. Well, now in the last episode I was talking about fencing. In this episode I'm going to talk about woods that you can buy between cedar and golden stain and treated pickets. Now the treated pickets, they're good and they're the cheapest one, but they're green. You have to stain them or paint them, and it takes a lot more work. The golden stain, in my opinion, I think is the best bang for your buck because it's already pre-stained. It lasts a little while, and it got some good life to it. Now cedar, like I said, cedar is the best, but it's very costly. You still gotta stain it, you still gotta paint it to make it last a long time, to make it look real nice. And this is a fence that I'm doing for my parents' house. We started off with cedar. As you can see, it's not finished. Each of these pickets cost $3. So imagine all these pickets around for all this fencing is going to be a lot of money. Now, as you can see here, I didn't paint it or stain it. I just left it on there, and it gets that silver color that cedar gets. But you can sand it and also stain it and paint it, and it'll look brand new. Now, for my opinion, for your bang for your buck, I think golden stain will be better because I've seen it last for a long time. I've been doing it for 5 years, and believe me, people that got golden stain, they look just the same. But as you can see, cedar also, you can stain it and paint it and use it many times. It can last you about 15 to 10 years. As you can see here, I have a post and I got the railings. Now the thing about the railings, I like to call them ribs whenever I'm explaining it to one of my guys, because it's between the posts. A railing, I would call it to a guy if it's in front of the post, not flush with the post. And also, as you can see, I got the concrete. Now you're supposed to put gravel or something at the bottom so the water can drain out. But all you have to do is just put concrete around the post. Don't put concrete at the bottom of the post, because then you're gonna be making a big old water puddle in the end after you put it in. Because when it rains, the water will just go down from here all the way down from the middle. Now, as you can see here, I didn't cut the post evenly. What I did is at an angle, and the reason I did that is so the water could slide off. Because if the water accumulates right here, it can go in between the middle of the post and also go all the way to the bottom and damage the post. Usually what I do, I'll put some light caps or some cap. They're like $5 at Home Depot, $7, $8 for the copper ones, and they're solar power. So, but that's just another add-on, because if you do it to every post, you know, there might be 34 posts. So 5 times 34, you do the math, you know. This top cap, that's what it is called. For these, because this actually belongs flush to this, so that's why they call it a top cap. But you're not really supposed to nail or screw consecutively in a small little area of wood, because then it'll crack. And as you can see here, they only have one structural support down there, and this barely gives you any structural support. So it's just another thing that you got to keep in mind. Now a trim, if you want to put the trim at the bottom, that's another thing you can do, but that'll be more costly. You gotta put a little bit more. Now the thing is, with the trim, you're gonna have to put another one of these 2x4s or 2x6 to make it flush with the fence, because then with the weather, it's gonna get small and big, so it's gonna you're gonna need some support back there to screw it on so it won't be moving from the trim. So it's just to add on more. So the more you add on, the more you have to get, you know. Usually what I would suggest for a premium price is one 2x4 down there for the trim, one 2x4 in the middle, and then another one in a little bit on top of the half, and maybe another one, a top cap all the way to the top of the fence. That's what I call a premium fence. Now this will be mostly a regular fence, just 2 railings or ribs, a post, and all the pickets. This is just a regular. Now if you can get more fancier and spend $10,000, $9,000 and make it intricate and all that stuff, but this is just a regular fence. I wouldn't suggest building it like this, because you're not getting no structural support. And this is how the cedar first looked like when I first got it. But since I didn't stain it or paint it, it got a silverish color. Now the golden stained pickets already have a sort of colorish, so you don't have to spend too much money and it will last a long time. As you can see here, this is golden stain. There's not much of a difference, but usually it'd be $1 less than cedar, so in the end you'll save yourself a lot of money. Another word that I would like to introduce you to is called raking. It basically means putting a fence at an angle to contour to a hill, but I'll get that in a later subject. Now, as you can see, there are a whole bunch of prices. Some are cheaper than others, but don't be fooled. Don't buy the smaller ones because they are smaller and you're going to need more to complete the job. So in the end, it's better to find the wide ones. They are going to make your job a lot easier and less work for yourself. So just remember that. And if you want to paint them and stain them, just remember it's going to take a lot of manual work to paint them and stain all those pickets. Now for the 2x4s and 2x6s, I suggest you get pressure treated wood. They're going to be a little bit more costly, but they're going to be very good in the long run. Because the regular wood, it's going to be very brittle in a couple of years, and you're going to have to rebuild the fence all over again, while the pressure treated wood is going to last you about a good 10 years to 15 years. Now the regular wood, a regular 2x4, I think costs about $2.50 to $3, and the pressure treated 2x4 is about $5.50 to $6. So it's just double the price.